What's up, nerd family?
The top built in the USA Tundra, the rugged Tacoma, and the ready for adventure 4Runner. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best trustworthy trucks.
I just got the notification.
We are live. The Flash is getting ready to start. Yay. Trying to get in here before it starts.
Right now.
Photography was always my passion, and I figured, why not make it my job?
Is it right? Rost, you have always been there for me. It never occurred to me that you might want to live a life.
Let's do business.
Is this a potential cure? What's the bonding agent?
Dark matter, stone out. As the dark matter, I need to take the next step. My cube will work.
Or turn them into metahumans against their will.
You cannot avoid the coming crisis. Just tell me what I can do.
Flash.
I stared at that newspaper for so many years. Flash missing vanishes in crisis. First it felt like a guide. You know, proof that things were headed in the right direction. Then it became a sword hanging over my head. Part of me always felt like if I vanish, whatever crisis is coming, maybe I was still out there somewhere, looking for a way to come back to you. According to the monitor, that doesn't happen.
To save the lives of billions, the Flash must die. When Wonder shows up here out of nowhere and says that you're supposed to die on December 10th, the last I remember, that article said that you were in a fight with Thawne, not some cosmic disaster.
The article changed.
If that article can change, then that means that we can still change the future. So what do we do first?
If a doctor told you you were dying, you'd get a second opinion. So I'm negotiating this crisis for myself.
Bring the cash.
I thought Gat would be here.
Gat's busy. Change your plans. It's 5,000 now.
Gat said it was 500. Okay, wait, please. I will get you the rest. It's a matter of life or death.
Please, I will get the rest of the money, I promise. Too late.
T-minus 30 seconds, people.
I knew this was a bad idea.
This was your idea. I'm just the guy making dreams come true. 20 seconds.
Okay, fine. Just do it. Did it work? I sound like Katie.
You sound like a non-meta thanks to Ray Palmer. As long as this nanite camouflage cocktail is active, your voice and eyes will allow you to blend in with any group of regular Joes. So you can, live your life without scaring the ever-loving crap out of people.
And what about my hair?
Trust me, I fit right in. Welcome. Now, you two behave. I'm gonna go find our star curator.
What am I looking at here?
Your next lesson, Frosty. Some of the very stuff that makes life worth living. Art.
Wowzers. This is photographer extraordinaire Camilla Lang.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, of course.
Very classy shirt, by the way.
Oh, a very cute photographer got it. She looks a lot like you, actually.
I hope she doesn't mind that you already got some schmutz on.
I did not get schmutz on. yeah, I definitely did. Sometimes you just want your girlfriend to have a good turnout from her show, so you make everybody clean up, and who ends up with nanite juice on their shirt?
Wait, who'd you bring?
I really do blend in here.
Except this place is so lame. I mean, come on. This isn't art. It's garbage.
Frost, it's not all that bad.
There are
used tissues on this. Okay? And this is just a plunger. Oh my god, look at the brush strokes on this one. All right. Whatever guy made this has some real issues.
Right, but Frost, that's kind of the whole point. Art reflects how we feel, so connecting to art can help us plumb the depths of our soul.
Okay. What I am connecting... Okay. What I am connecting to in these photos is that the photographer's afraid to get a shot in focus.
Those are actually mine.
They're not all winners.
Look, I can take a note. But if this is how Caitlin's other half is gonna act, maybe she should skip my next show.
Thank you for walking me through this one, babe.
No problem. The suspect is Allegra Garcia. She's 20 years old. She runs a carjacking outfit out of Keystone.
Thanks to her metahuman ability to control radio waves. That's a new one. How is that possible?
Key fobs run on radio transmissions. Anyway, Garcia has been in and out of Iron Heights and Juvie since she was 13. Last week, she tried to hijack a car that belonged to some guy named Salvatore Traversoni. He lost control of the car, and as you can see, he died in the crash.
It says here an eyewitness puts Garcia at the scene, so open and shut.
Should be with you working on it.
Bye-bye. Your Honor, due to a preponderance of the evidence, the state intends to seek the maximum penalty against the defendant, Allegra Garcia.
Which is why the defense would like to plead out. My client is aware that a jury would put her away for life and is willing to settle for, say, 15 years.
Is that true, Ms. Garcia?
I suppose.
All right, then. I guess we can save the taxpayers some time. Ms. Orton?
What the hell are you staring at? Nothing. Just, Your Honor, the prosecution requests bail for Miss Garcia. What?
The defendant is pleading guilty.
I know, Your Honor, that it's a bit unorthodox, but we've discovered new evidence.
My office doesn't have the resources to find anything.
We just need a little bit of time to determine if the state wants to pursue a lighter sentence. In the meantime, we request that metahuman dampeners be placed on Miss Garcia while we continue discovery.
Counselor Horton, this court appreciates your commitment to fair jurisprudence, but are you sure you want to go down this road?
Yes, Your Honor. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Where will you go?
December 11th, 2019 is the day after I'm supposed to disappear.
Maybe we should loop in the rest of Team Flash.
Until we know the truth.
I don't feel great about
I
you
gotta
going
do this
that
by
way.
myself. Nobody else can do this with me. Until I screw it all up.
Hello, Barry Allen. Preparing for temporal observational protocol.
Is that good again?
It's a mobile Gideon unit I built from salvage parts they plant.
You'll come right back to this moment. Right to the second.
I promise.
Yeah, dang.
Holy cow.
You don't go running like the Flash in your regular pants.
Your regular pants can't take this. All right, a couple of things. First of all, good evening, guys. Hello, everyone. A special shout out to Sebastian, was it?
Yes.
Who gave on the super chat. Thank you so much.
We will use that towards getting the dog a new toy.
If this is the first time you've joined us, you do need to know kind of the ground rules. We don't show the screen because if we did, it would get taken down. We'd get taken down for copyright infringement, and we're not going to do that. We do this to have a watch party with all of our subs because we used to do reviews of the show, and everybody said, hey, we would love to watch the show with you guys. And so we said, that sounds like an awesome idea, and so that's why we do this. So if you're able to watch the show, awesome. You can hear the show But that, unfortunately, is about all we can do for you. I'm sorry. If you are looking for ways to watch the show, you can watch the show. It's either after midnight or after all the showings have taken place here in the United States. I don't know where you're at, but you can. If you don't have a CW affiliate, you can either download the CW app and watch it the next day, or you can also go to the CW's website and watch it there. So there you go. We want you to watch it too. So welcome to you, Kadev Cypher. Wish I could show it to you, but unfortunately we don't own it. We don't own the Flash. We just love the Flash. So.
And Caleb said, "Hey guys, I got the Aquaman figures today. Thanks again."
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You are.
Also, you guys
incredible.
are awesome. I love that you all signed the box.
Well, because we love you. We love you, Caleb. So, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I know William will not be in the chat tonight because he got a concussion. He messaged me just before we went live and said that
He said that on here too.
Oh, is William on here?
No, he said it was on here. He says I'm being watched for a concussion, so I'm not going to be on my phone.
Yeah.
So I'll see you guys later.
Okay. Well,
Sebastian says, wait, so after midnight the new episode gets downloaded in the CW app?
I think. Is that true?
It's either midnight your time or like your time zone, or it's an hour after it's been shown everywhere in the U.S.
Okay.
I don't know which one it is because I haven't used the CW app in a while.
Yeah, because we just kind of watch it, so. So it's a new season. It's a new season of new things. New season, new couch. New season. Last season was the season of popsicles, sugar-free popsicles. This is the season of popcorn.
It's still pop, just different kind.
There you go. That sounds good.
Popsicle, popcorn. Pop is in the word.
Oh wait, Enosh.
Uh-huh.
Did you see the thing that was released for Arrow today?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen that thing where Oliver has the Deathstroke mask on a stick and it has an arrow going through the eye?
Yeah, looks like we're back.
Your wound is still not healing.
My readings indicate you were exposed to an extra-universal material that destroys positive matter on contact. A substance known as antimatter.
Antimatter, that's new.
So all of this stuff clogging up that speed force. Gideon, how do I get past it?
Not without additional assistance. Fortunately, there's an expert in the field, Dr. J. Garrick, formerly known as the Flash of Earth 3.
Just like the TV show
Good to see you again,
from back in
Barry.
1989.
You were right. You were hit with a dose of pure antimatter. Lucky you have speed healing, or that scratch could have wiped you out of existence.
So is there a way that I can time travel past the barrier?
You want to tell me why the hell you were time traveling to begin with?
I needed to see for myself if the monitor was telling the truth about what happened to me, and I know what you're going to say about time traveling.
Actually, I was going to tell you you made the right call. For the past year, I've been detecting antimatter signatures across the multiverse. Now, we don't know their origin, but if my algorithm is correct, all Earths could be in danger.
Then we have to find a way to break through that wall.
No, your body never could. But maybe your mind can. I built this thing years ago. The Neural Hyper Collider. It harnesses neural electricity and transfers it across superluminal particles.
Therefore, projecting human consciousness across space-time. You could send someone's mind past the antimatter wall.
Not just anyone. It's got to be a speedster. In his prime. You in?
Yeah.
Then let's hustle. I've already had to postpone my dinner plans.
Not any further, I hope.
Barry, I'd like you to meet my wife, Dr. Joan Williams.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Barry Allen. I've heard quite a bit about you.
Oh, man.
Allegra Garcia, juvie offender from a criminal family in and out of the system her entire life. The night of the particle accelerator explosion, Allegra was caught up in a fight. Next thing you know, she's got the power to control radio waves. Then she was transferred to the metahuman unit at Iron Heights. Ep.2. Not exactly the justice system's finest moment. Now, here we are. Allegra gets arrested again, but my powers are telling me that this that she's innocent.
But the victim was killed by a radio wave attack, which is Allegra's meta ability, and an eyewitness placed her at the scene. Even recognized her tattoo.
My powers have never been wrong before, and I do not want this kid going down for something she didn't do.
Yeah. He's not guilty.
Dude, come on, those are mine.
Sorry, my bad. You see these burn marks on the Vic? They don't match a typical car explosion at all. It's like he was burnt and toasty before the car crash. We know that Allegra's powers give her the ability to control radio waves and not heat waves, so...
Allegra might not have done this.
And I told Judge Hankerson there was new evidence in Allegra's case.
Okay, guys. All we have to do is find it.
The CCPD already interviewed this guy. You really think the eyewitness is going to recant his story?
Well, eyewitness testimony isn't always perfect. Plus, environmental factors, stress, even the order of lineup photos can affect memory. So, jogging his memory while he is at home, relaxed, and bring something up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unit 37, here it is. Uh-oh. I always come prepared.
Allegra?
You're not going anywhere, okay? We just want to talk for a second.
Allegra Garcia, you're under arrest for parole violation.
I wouldn't touch them.
Sorry.
Jay told me he's a doppelganger of your late father. Do I remind you of anyone from your Earth?
Yeah, you do.
Who is she?
Someone very special. Ain't she? I never thought I'd settle down. But I needed a neurological specialist to help with my depleting speed, and something just felt right between us. You ready? Yeah. All right. Come on.
Jay's helmet will help channel the tachyons into your frontal cortex and ignite your synaptic pathways.
I thought it was too personal when it said it wasn't, and then it didn't look like it.
It's risky. I know. Right now it's a matter of life and death. Let's do it.
Well, that's why it is, because it messed it up.
Biometrics are crashing.
Also picking up temporal energy readings. His mind has broken past the barrier. It's not just a new timeline he's found. It's billions of them. And Barry's mind is experiencing them all.
Yes, that's awesome. That is directly from the comic. Oh my God! That is awesome. That right there is some nerd moment going on. That is directly from the Crisis on Infinite Earths comic, where he sacrifices himself for everybody.
And he disintegrates just like that.
Just like that. That is awesome. Oh man. That is fantastic.
Did you hear Caleb?
No.
He said, Caleb said, hey Isaac, you were having a conniption fit on Twitter over the black hole event the past 2 days. How are you enjoying Fortnite Chapter 2?
I really love it. To me, it feels like a completely new game. Like
He said it was definitely worth the wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel like how it did before. Like, it feels different, but like in a good way.
When did it go live?
This morning. Well,
like
last-
6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
time.
Amazingly, too, that I got a phone call from one Landon Calrissian at 6:30 saying, I don't feel well. Don't pick me up from my mom's. I'm going to stay home from school today. To which I said, no, get your butt up. You're going to school. And then when I took him back to his mom's this afternoon, he said, oh, Isaac said it came out at 3. I didn't know it came out this morning. I was like, yeah, it came out this morning. Shut up. Nice try. Nice try. So guys, that was awesome what we just saw there.
Matthew Santos just said, why are you not showing anything?
Matthew Santos. So we try to explain this. This is a viewing party. We can't show the screen because if we show the screen, it'll get taken down and we'll get a copyright strike, and that's not what we're trying to do here on the channel. We just try to provide a place where we can all get together and watch the show together. We used to do a review of the show afterwards, and all of our friends and subscribers said, hey, we want to watch the show with you. So that's what we do, and that's what we're doing. And so that's what this is. Antoine, you're right, man. That was so freaking epic.
Right home, this is Tiffany.
That was awesome. Hey, what's up, Russ?
Oh yeah. So what I was saying.
What's up, my man? See? I still love you. We can find the nerdy things that we agree about and love and love. Russ, I don't know if you were here. But I said, last season, somebody mentioned the new couch, and then we got, because this is the season of the new couch. The last season was the season of sugar-free popsicles. This season is the season of popcorn. So we've kind of changed it around a little bit. We're doing new things, man. I'm trying to see where everybody is. What's up, Alan? Buffy the Vamp Nation. Good to see you.
I'm just responding to a few people about check or two.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just put in the comments. So
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so I was saying at the end of last commercial break is that Deathstroke, how it has mask is on a stick and has an arrow going through it. It's supposed to be like a symbolic thing, like for Oliver, like to show that he's like defeated Deathstroke. It's pretty much like what it means. So what it showed today's trailer, and it has what would you say? It's like a voiceover of like the Monitor saying something about Oliver or like about heroes. And one of the shots of it. And one of the shots in that trailer is it shows that stick again with the arrow going through it, but instead of the Deathstroke mask, it's the Batman cowl. Yeah, so everyone's like, what the heck does that mean?
Well, wasn't there a new trailer that came out, something that had Kevin Conroy?
Yeah, it was a teaser for Crisis.
Yeah, there was a teaser that came out.
It was Barry. He went to his Earth, and he pretty much showed up there, and he's like, "What do you like? Why are you here? What do you need from me?
Why are you here?"
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, there's a crisis," and Barry pretty much explains it, and he says, "I'm in," pretty much.
I can't wait for Crisis, but this is
Me too.
awesome.
About the most anticipated new show of the fall.
That's Batwoman. I haven't seen Batwoman episode 2, but I heard that in episode 2 they confirmed Robin, and they confirmed Wonder Woman. So I don't know. I gotta watch it. If anybody's watched it,
I still have to watch this and Titans, and then I have to
we're
watch
back.
Arrow.
Proud, like a fast fluttering meteor, a fast flying cloud, a flash of the lightning, a break of the wave. He passes from life to his rest in the grave.
Gotcha, Caleb.
Barry, you're with us. William Knox, I've discovered that poetry can stimulate collapsed neural pathways.
Lady Gaga usually works for me. What's wrong with me?
The device overloaded your neural synapses, creating a near shutdown. What you're experiencing now is called neural entropy.
It feels like My nerves are on fire.
They are. Because you're a speedster, your synapses fire 10 times the normal rate. So you're feeling 10 times the amount of pain a non-speedster would. You'll feel better in a day or two.
What'd you see in there, kid?
All of it.
I saw
Your mom.
billions of possible futures. Billions of deaths. All their pain, their suffering. And then they were gone. I felt all of it. Now I know the monitor was right. I have to die. I need to go home.
Barry, you can't be moving.
Please, I have to see Iris. Ow. 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 It's not getting anyone's out.
I don't understand. I thought Allegra controlled radio waves.
So did we, but she fired a heat blast right at Ralph.
It wasn't just heat. It was ultraviolet radiation.
He got a sunburn.
Yeah. From hell.
Look at his face. Most UV light gets absorbed by the ozone layer. This was entirely undiluted. If it wasn't for his powers, that sunburn would have killed him.
So put some aloe on it.
Can I just talk to Caitlin for a minute, please?
No, I've got things to do.
What are we going to do about this?
Don't even get me started. Listen, even though UV rays have shorter wavelengths than radio waves, they're all part of the same electromagnetic spectrum.
So Allegra must be able to control all the different types of wavelengths, which means she could have killed Salvador and our eyewitness. And I set her free.
Okay, help me understand why you pleaded guilty this morning and now you're suddenly innocent.
A girl can change her mind.
What were you doing at the witness's apartment?
Just needed to hash it out with them, prove it wasn't me he saw.
That's something a detective would do.
I'm trying to be a reporter, okay? Figured this was as good a time as any to get some experience. Get a story, and my freedom. But what's the use? You'll always see me as a criminal anyway.
You know what I see? I see that scared little kid that I used to pick up for robbing liquor stores when she was 13. That same girl that I would check on in juvie, who would always tell me to leave. This morning, I get a ping that you'd escaped from your medicuffs, and we find you in the location of the dead state's witness. If you're a reporter, how does this story play out?
I didn't kill him. Or the driver. I was trying to find out who did it, I swear.
Took a chance on you, Allegra. So you tell me right now, who really did it? Tell me who killed us.
You wouldn't believe me either. I want my lawyer.
Allegra D.
This is insane. All of the evidence says that she's guilty, but my powers are telling me that she's not just innocent. She knows who the real killer is. I just need her to trust me.
All you need to do right now is slow down.
What I need to do is find evidence to exonerate her before the trial, and I'm running out of time.
Well, that's because you're trying to do the public defender's work and not your own. Do you realize how much trouble you can get in, right? You let Allegra out of jail for an inexplicable reason, and now there's another murder.
My powers are telling
Two
me.
people are dead, Cecile.
You know this kid. You know her reputation. It's petty crimes and robberies. It's a double homicide. That doesn't even add up.
I haven't known this woman in a long time, and the evidence adds up. We need to recognize that, unlike facts, feelings can be fallible.
Except when it's your gut.
I've never said that.
You didn't have to. That is a scared kid with no one to stand up for her. The public defender's office is overworked and underpaid. Joe, I'm the only one who can prove her innocence.
Your job is to prosecute the cases that we bring to you using the evidence. I mean, it's like you don't even want to be the DA.
Are you telling me I have to choose between using my powers and doing my job?
That is not what I just said.
which we understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your husband stared at me that same way when we first met.
I'm sorry. You look just like Barry's mother.
Oh.
What? Well, Barry's physical pain will go away, but the mental aspect, some of that won't, not for a while. But I know you'll keep an eye on it.
Thank you. So they are going to scan our Earth for any other signs of antimatter and figure out a way to prevent whatever crisis is coming.
It's not that simple.
Well, you said you saw a wave of antimatter destroy Earth. All we have to do is come up with a plan to stop it.
We can't stop what's coming. The monitor was telling the truth.
We get Kara and Oliver and everybody. We recreate an antimatter dampener. I don't care. We just find a way.
I saw you. Caitlin. I saw everyone done. The only timeline where you all survived was if I died.
No, that's not the future.
I saw a billion futures others.
Okay, well, what about the billion in first or billion in second? We control our destiny. We can change the timeline for the better.
Maybe this is the reason I was given powers. This is inevitable.
You said this morning that you weren't giving up yet.
I have to accept this. We both do.
And do nothing while you sit here and wait to die? This isn't you. The Barry I know would never stop running. He would find another way to fight.
Right.
Because Stone Cold Irish said so.
Well, until they cast a new guy as the white redhead Wally West, who will take up the mantle, because apparently the other kid doesn't want to do it. So, okay, what's going on here?
I'm sorry when I have to keep stepping away. I'm on call tonight.
Well, Alan, you know what? If I ever run across any more of these hoodies, I might just have to get a couple to do as giveaways for the. But
We have to send it overseas though.
oh well.
What's your size? Okay.
The thing is I haven't seen them since.
I know.
They literally had 5 of them when I went. They were at Walmart, and what was that? That's been 2 years now, hasn't it?
It has.
These are 2 years old, so they stand up. I'll tell you what, these are nice hoodies. They're like perfect too because they're not too thick, but they're not too thin either. They're just kind of like you can wear it around the house and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But you.
It's not super warm and fleecy, but if you were to
Yeah.
go outside, there is air that can go through it. So it's a comfy shirt. You might be able to
Did
find
we
it on
freeze up?
Walmart.com.
We freeze?
It's not showing that on my screen though.
Me neither.
Oh, my screen froze. Maybe it's just paused.
Yeah,
Yeah, I accidentally paused it. Just
Sebastian says, I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Yeah, Sebastian, I miss Nora too, kind of, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with the twins and if they bring the Tornado Twins into it. Hey, Springful. No, we kind of explain it every time. We wish we could, but we can't because of copyright. So this is basically a watch party for all of our subs, and that's what we do because we all like hanging out together, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. All right. What's up, Wicked Steve? Oh, dude, if you're gonna be late, you gotta bring the snacks,
You gotta
bro.
bring pizza rolls or something.
What's an LA snack? Dodger dogs. Gotta bring Dodger dogs, man. That's an LA snack. What else would be an LA snack? I don't know. Hollywood hamburgers?
It's not a thing.
We can make it a thing.
That's how
Make it
you
a
can
thing.
make some money.
Some
Copy.
In-N-Out burger?
If the Nationals win tonight, they sweep the Cardinals.
Shut up with the Nationals. Nobody cares about the Nationals. Right, Steve? I don't care about the freaking Nationals. Get out of here with that
Are those
Nationals talk.
the open pretzels?
Yes.
That's what Baldbeard calls them.
What's that?
The open pretzels.
Because of how the
Because
W
of
looks.
how the W looks. He goes, "Who are the open pretzels?"
Cool, what?
So that was from Bald Beard.
Oh, we're back.
It's open. Hey.
Hey, Iris wasn't answering her phone. Is she here?
No, she's at work. She's working.
What are you doing home?
Yes, we have him.
You okay?
I
haven't seen episode 2 yet,
Speed
though.
Force experiment, but I'll be
I
fine.
thought he meant the series.
Okay.
If you needed help with something from Iris, maybe I can help you out.
It's his case. Allegra Garcia. Cecile has some very strong feelings about it.
You want me to take a look?
How did you get hurt, Bear?
Yes, Ross,
Ah, look.
that stuff is tasty.
You don't have to say it right now if you don't want to. Just know that I'm here. Always.
Something's coming, Joe. I have to make a sacrifice. But at the same time, I can't help but feeling like it means I'm giving up.
Giving up. When I was a beat cop, I walked the same patrol every day. One morning, I'm responding to a noise complaint. Out of nowhere, cop. Bullet flies by my head. I got pinned down. I called for backup, but everything was telling me that's it.
I missed him.
Next morning, I can't even tell you how scared I was to go back out on the streets.
But you did.
Yeah. Because of this. Our badges,
I want one.
your emblem, they're symbols of the strength that we're charged with to get back out there. And we don't make the choice to die. We would never choose to do that. But when we hear the call of duty, we make that sacrifice. And that's not giving up there. That's what you call resilience. And I knew you'd have plenty of that.
He's gonna be awesome. He's in there with him.
I'm so glad Joe's back.
Go to the cop. I know.
Hey, Frosty. Earth to Frosty. Calling all White Walkers. You know what, Fracket?
Hey! I was listening to that.
Maybe you should be listening to Chester's molecular monitoring system so he doesn't, turn back into a black hole.
Relax, okay? I put the freaking alerts on my phone.
Oh, you mean these freaking alerts? Yeah, see, I handled the situation and prevented us from being sucked out of existence by a giant death vacuum. What did you do with your Tuesday?
Nothing.
Is that...
No, stop. No.
Were you drawing?
No.
You were drawing.
No, because drawing is for losers.
Looks like you were drawing.
It's really hard, okay?
This is giving me like minimalist reductionism.
I was trying to draw this. I've been working on it forever, and it's
Oh,
not getting any better.
man.
That's
A little off.
Is this why you've been all cranky pants since Camilla's show? You've just been trying to express yourself.
I stink, okay? I don't know why I thought I could plumb the depths of my soul.
You do not stink. You want to go off and be Vincent Van Snow? You want to show the world what's inside of you using art or paint or dance? Do it. But you gotta understand that other people are trying to do it too.
I feel like a Yakuza baddie is stabbing me in the stomach. Repeatedly. Is this how I made everyone feel at Camilla's show?
Yeah. That's a feeling we like to call guilt. It's a little stabby.
It's a little stabby.
It can also show us when we need to make something right.
I like that she gets to go and pursue this and play Snow longer. I enjoy
I
this.
told you I want my lawyer. way. Look, I understand what you're going through. Do you know what I see when these cuffs are off? I see radio waves and microwaves and gamma waves, and I can't stop seeing them. So how could you possibly understand what I'm going through? You have to let me help you. So you can put me away? No, that's not why I'm here. Then why are you? Because I'm a metahuman too. I can sense other people's feelings. And honey, I can't turn it off either. That's how I know that you're innocent. If there is anything that can help me convince everybody else, please, you gotta tell me. I told my arresting officer. He said I was crazy. I feel crazy. Try me. Back at juvie, the night that particle accelerator exploded, I wasn't alone. My cousin was there at the same time. Esperanza. Talk about bad influence. I wanted out of her gang, so she jumped me. She died in the explosion.
She's got dual personality.
Or at least I thought she did. You think she's still alive? Esperanza made me get the same tattoo as her. The witness ID'd you off that tab. But Esperanza's dead. There's no way it could be her. I mean, it's impossible. Right? Hey, did you get those juvie records?
Oh yeah, took a bit of stretching, but we got about 5 years worth here.
Took a
Good.
bit of
Is there a
stretching.
file on a girl named Esperanza Garcia?
Yeah, there is. And I smell mystery.
Inmate was discovered in a vegetative state. She has been taken out of our custody.
Out of custody and into the hands of a very redacted organization.
Esperanza's alive.
Did you hear that? You got it. That's not me.
How's no sound?
No español?
No habla español, no bueno. She took my Spanish name.
Esperanza.
My Esperanza.
Esperanza.
Isaac's Spanish name was Isidoro.
Isidoro?
Wasn't yours Ignacio?
Ignacio. Ignacio.
Logan, what was your Spanish name in Spanish?
Logan.
Which is Spanish for the Logan.
Logan. His name was El Logan.
My name in Italian is Luigi.
Nice. We all took Spanish. All the boys have taken Spanish in high school. I took 3 years of it, so I know enough to get by. ¿Cómo se llama, señora? Me llamo Esperanza. ¿Y tú?
I'm taking Spanish 3 right now.
He's in Spanish 3. He's in Spanish 1. So, we know enough.
Hey, okay.
Sorry, Wicked Steve.
Sorry, man.
No bueno?
Well, it's like when we went to the Dominican Republic.
I agree, Guardian. Put me Puerto Rican. They said that the
Puerto Rico.
The reflection is
Yes. It's cheating. Hey, we do what we can.
they're like, it's a reflection, so that.
Just saying.
Or, you know, you can just, you know, show your shirt, you know, like you did last week, too. At the very, very, very end.
Exactly. It's like when we went to, because like I speak no Spanish.
So Steve's Spanish name is Esteban.
Esteban. That's like my little Mexican friend Steve. What was his name?
Sebastian, which
What
is
was
Spanish
Steve?
for Sebastian.
What was Steve's last name? The little Mexican guy who sang, who cut off all his hair. He became a Muslim. He got the same birthday as me.
Yeah, Rick.
Urenda.
Yeah.
Steve Urenda.
In Urenda.
In Urenda. Not my enda, Urenda. But he always called himself Esteban.
Yeah.
No, but it's like when we went to the Dominican Republic, and I don't speak Spanish, but you know, I figured it out. Especially when you had, you know, your
Yeah, I found out that I was allergic to calamari when we were over in Mexico. He knows no Spanish.
No, that was when we were in the Dominican
Oh,
Republic.
that was the Dominican Republic. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Mexico, we didn't have any issues.
No, no. That's I was thinking because it was a Spanish-speaking country.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that my throat started closing. He didn't know the Spanish. I did, and he was like, El whole O in El Meco if I can't breathe O.
El gato to go O to the bathroom O.
El Benadryl-O.
El Benadryl-O. Right? It works, right?
Yeah, he just added O to everything. El Biro? No.
El Biro.
La Cerveza.
La Cerveza. Ocho tequila. No.
No, everyone's speaking Spanish in here.
See, we become bilingual, just like that. We're a bilingual
Steve
channel.
says, anyone need help in school? I teach Spanish. Good to know.
Check that out.
If you guys need help with Spanish, we
You know, I took 1 year of Spanish, and
Guardian is bilingual.
I forgot everything. Literally. I learned. Of course, I took it back when I had cassette tapes to learn from.
Wow.
Just say that's our first Spanish 3 right now because I took Spanish 2 sophomore year, and then I didn't take any Spanish junior year, and now senior year I'm taking Spanish.
Sebastian says I don't teach Spanish,
so I
but my
had that year
original
between.
language is Spanish.
Yes, so I had that year
Nice.
between.
So
I
we are
forgot.
butchering it for half the people here.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry.
El Sario. Apologilicio.
Big Tasty said, hola, amigo.
Is it required that you walk that sexy when you just beat up everybody?
Hey, what's up?
Barry, we were talking to Cecile about her case.
Turns out that Allegra had a cousin named Esperanza with the same powers as her. Everybody thought that Esperanza was dead. Esperanza must have killed the witness on Allegra. Now Esperanza can't let anyone know she's alive.
CCPD is in a total blackout.
She's going after Allegra.
I am going to send Ralph there right now.
No, there's no time. I'm
But
going.
Barry, no, you're still recovering.
I'll be fine. All right, I'm going.
Esperanza, este no eres tú. Tienes razón. Esperanza murió hace 5 años.
Superhero pose.
I'm only ultraviolet now. Why would you do this? Then you die too.
Brought you a flash. Safe!
Nice!
See, if he played for the Dodgers, we would have won.
Oh! Dang!
flight travels at 186,000 miles per second, which is 80 times your top speed. I suggest a hasty retreat.
Our badges, your emblem,
Best time of your set, Sebastian.
we're willing to make that sacrifice. And that's not giving up, Barry. That's what we call resilience. And I knew you'd have plenty of that.
I know you do, Steve.
Oh, dang.
What? What are you doing? Just go under it. Why is he doing that? Why didn't he run around it fast?
He said he can't because of how fast it goes. He can't get past it, so he says, fine, I'll have to go through it.
Yeah, but no. You're missing what I'm saying. Like, he could have ran around her. She couldn't see him if he was running that fast.
It says that the...
I mean, if he had to be directly in front of it, but he didn't have to be directly in front of it. He could have gone around the side of it or underneath it.
She was also in the door frame. So it's like you'd have maybe like this much.
Oh, come on. The guy can run around the planet like that. You gonna tell me that because there's a door frame there, he can't go around her that fast? No. Look, I love it, but I calls it as it is, and that was bunk. That was bunk. Because there's no way to tell me that he had to run directly through that ultraviolet rays. She's in the doorway and doing this. He could have gone through the window, busted the windows, and gone through. Because he's the Flash. He can move. I understand if she's shooting at him right front, right, that he can't get faster than the rays. But she didn't see him coming the first time that he hit her out of nowhere. So that didn't make any sense.
Oh, is that the Watchmen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But we don't have HBO, so it's not sweet.
That sucks. That's
Yeah,
Jeremy
right?
Irons.
Jeremy Irons.
Oh my gosh, he's aged well.
And it's a continuation afterwards. So.
He is aged
After the
very well.
movie.
If he's doing that kind of stuff, why didn't he just do the voice of Scar? Seriously?
Maybe because he was doing this when they were filming.
That's what I gotta say.
I don't know. What did you guys think of that last thing? Flash! He'll save every one of us.
You give me kisses?
I don't know. I mean, what did you guys think about that? Do you guys have the same problem I have with that last scene? I mean, I get the point. They were trying to make a point, is what they were trying to do. Is that, he had to overcome it and fight through it or whatever. It's probably going to give him, like, this thing to think that he can get through it. But
Sebastian says that's officially now my favorite song.
I know, right? It's such a good song. It's a good song. We gotta watch that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, Flash Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that one, but the old serials, the inspiration for Star Wars.
It's totally cereal.
Totally serial.
I want, but I don't want the new season of Arrow to start up.
You know what they say?
Oh, they said that it's officially the favorite song because you sang it.
They called Allegra so nobody would know she was still alive.
And you skipped over the part where this ultraviolet person might have been trained in the art of assassination by a secret organization?
Yeah, that's on my to-solve list.
It's on ours now. There's a group out there exploiting metas, and they're gonna need our protection.
Yo. What'd you put in these painkillers?
Oh, you're not hallucinating. That is art. And some people might think it's weird, but I think it is a beautiful expression of the artist in your life. Even if it's a weird in your life.
You bought all this stuff. How'd you pay for it?
With Katie's credit cards. All of them.
Maybe our next life lesson will be in personal finance.
Actually, I've got one more piece to add to the bunch. I'm a very daring talent. I think it ties the room together quite nicely.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
My mom dated an artist once. He was a trapeze artist, though.
Bedtime songs. But little Jim's finally finally asleep.
She is persistent.
She is that from her mother. Look, you stood up for Allegra when nobody else did, including myself.
Well, you are the badass that charged a light-wielding hit woman in order to save all of our butts.
What's wrong?
I just keep thinking I'm not doing everything I can to help the city as the district attorney. The justice system doesn't always work for metas, which is why I want to become a defense attorney for metahumans. I know you can tell me that I'm crazy and we were not on the same page about Allegra today.
No, that's not crazy. That's crap.
Really?
Babe, do you know how many people you could help in the city?
And I know right where I want to start. Hi. I'm looking for Iris Westallin. I'm here about the internship. Hi, yeah, Cecile Martin told me to expect you. Welcome to the Citizen. Just don't touch the vegan donuts. You can put your things right over there.
She's vegan too.
So, what now? We'll keep scanning the multiverse for antimatter from my lab, okay? But I think for now we should get going.
Yes, we should.
Ah, the intrepid reporter. I thought you had a story to put out.
Well, I couldn't let you leave without saying goodbye. And I know it hasn't been under the best of circumstances, but I hope we will see you guys again.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Till next time, Flash.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Barry Allen. You keep being the hero we know you are.
I will.
You ready?
Yes.
I know she's not your mom, but
It's still nice to have a little hope on a not so great day. I'm sorry about earlier.
don't be. You're in pain and shock, and I was scared too. But seeing you at TCPT, fighting with your all, it reminded me that no matter what this crisis brings, no matter what you choose, I know that you're never gonna give up.
I'm choosing to die. I can never make the choice to leave you. But if my death is the only way to save the universe, to save you, I'm willing to do that.
Then, whatever we do next, let's make it count.
We can start by preparing the team for this crisis. Maybe even a world without the Flash.
So what do we tell him?
Beginning biopsy examination on patient 1A, Mitch Romero, male, 40s. It's my hope that this procedure will help to illuminate the effects of my cure when exposed to another subject. The body presents no obvious signs of hemorrhaging, but it appears the victim's blood has coagulated with an unidentifiable biological substance. We'll run analysis on the substance. Substance could have been absorbed into the victim's veins prior to death.
Not dead yet.
The final season of Arrow is about to begin. An all-new episode is coming up next.
So
it was going to be a crisis, or some bad human threatening to take the life that you left. We're all living on borrowed time.
There's a creature out there with the strength of 10 men, getting stronger by the minute. Flash, all new episode next Tuesday at 8/7 Central, only on the CW.
Last season on Arrow, stars finished in better days. They killed
Turn it off. Isaac's gotta.
I know.
No, like turn it off. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wall freeze home.
All right. Wow.
I'm speechless.
What do you think?
There's a lot going up.
Dog.
You hit the camera.
Earthquake.
There's just a lot going on, but I love to see just the way that Barry, you know, his acting chops. Just because it's like you saw in the first one, we heard, you know, with the way that at least we heard from John Wesley Shipp how it just, you know, wrecked him when he had to do that scene with his mom. So he puts his all into it.
Mm-hmm.
But to see the difference when it was like, you know, the way he looked when he saw his mom, you know, in that other Earth, like, oh, you remind me of, you know, just like not saying anything but showing it by the face, you know, facial expression, and
Yep.
to see his compassion though, to realize when he's sitting there, you know, yeah, you made fun of him tearing up and everything, but it was also one of those things where it's like he's tearing up because he's realizing I have to make a sacrifice.
Either everybody
That's
dies.
not an easy thing to do, and not everyone can do that.
Yeah, either everybody dies, or
he does
dies
to
and
save
everybody
everyone.
lives.
Well, that's what a hero does. That's the hero's journey.
I know, but it's
Um,
just one of those things that is like, you kind of got to feel that this week, because it's like you're sitting here and he's talking to Joe and he's like, in order for this to work, I have to sacrifice myself.
Yeah.
And I mean, just, is he gonna be, you know, to maybe that fight within himself, am I gonna be able to do that when time comes?
Well, that's a good question. Wicked Steve, you're funny. Wicked Steve says the Flash should be played by Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, I saw. Well, it starts with an F.
That's for sure. A couple F's in there. The outside work. I
Nice.
work at McDonald's. I'm the fattest man alive. Oh, that's funny. Here, let's get the camera set up here real quick. And let's just do a quick version of this.
Let's go in the middle, Isaac, because I'm gonna have to, in case I have to answer the on-call. I'm at least on the edge,
You're actually not in the. You're not in the.
because you guys gotta get in.
I'm also interested to see how Arrow starts, because with how Arrow ended, it ended with Oliver leaving, going with the Monitor to try and find pretty much different outcomes for Crisis.
Yeah.
Or try and push Crisis back. And the Monitor's still telling everybody that they're gonna end up dying in Crisis. Wait, I don't know if he did in Supergirl.
The Monitor hasn't showed up yet in Supergirl yet in the first 2 episodes.
It was like 'cause he's showed up in Flash. Well, he hasn't shown Black Lightning because Black Lightning.
So Jeff, we're not gonna live stream the Arrow tonight. Yeah.
Isaac's been telling us to watch it, so
Yeah.
we
I
have
mean,
not.
I guess we could watch it.
Well, if you guys did, you'd have to start from season 1 to understand.
Well, I don't think
everything.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can
no,
fill us in.
And it would take like 4 to 5 hours for me to fill everything in.
Okay. Well.
Plus, I'm on call and I got stuff that I gotta get done tonight.
All right. So what'd you think? What'd you think of that episode?
I just told you.
No, I mean overall, I mean, what stood out for you though in that episode?
I think it just, it's interesting, the different layers. It's like an onion. It's got layers because you're seeing, you know, the things. I miss having Joe. So it was kind of that got you in the feels, because you're like, man, you don't realize how much we missed him last season until you see him doing the fatherly heart-to-heart talks again with Barry and stuff like that. But then it's like you see, you know, Killer Frost trying to figure life out because she's always been inside Kate's brain. So to have her out and trying to figure out, this sucks. I mean, she's realizing about, I just put on a credit card. That's not how this works. You know, trying to figure out how she's letting her creativity go. And so it's like you got all these different layers, and then you got Barry dealing with, seeing his parents in a different universe, seeing different universes and different outcomes, realizing he has to make a sacrifice. It's like it's got all these things that are interwoven, and I think it's been an interesting informational episode.
Yeah, I felt it was a good second episode in.
Yeah.
I think they're 2 for 2 in the first episode had the Flash song, which was awesome, and then the second one had him disappearing just like the comics. So it's like those two things are like the cool awesomeness of the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
To me.
Yes. Yes. The fact that they actually showed the Flash disappearing into the just like he does in the comic book, that was phenomenal. To actually see that in live action was so very cool. Isaac, what did you think?
I really liked the episode. Like me personally, like whenever like the main character gets pushed like to their limits or they're like faced with a hard decision, I always like those kinds of stories because they pretty much fight harder is pretty much the best way to put it, and they try harder and pretty much they try and find every outcome that they can, which is what Barry's doing. How he's trying to find a way for everybody to live in crisis.
Yeah.
But Iris also did make a good point. She's like, did you look at 1 billion 1 or did you look at 1 billion and 2?
Yeah.
So it's like he might have not have seen every possibility so far.
It's true. Well, as long as he has Doctor Strange over there to go.
Plus you have
Not telling you, but just with my beard.
Plus you have Chester chilling somewhere in a cube, which I thought was funny when she was trying to draw and everything, and he's like, what were you listening to? Versus he goes, maybe paying attention to Chester so he doesn't turn back into a black hole.
Right?
So.
Yeah, I think in the first 2 episodes the comedy's like been like at the right parts.
Yes.
And then also
Cisco
the story has been good.
I love Cisco's comedy. It's even more on point this season, I think.
Yeah, like before he hops into that black hole.
Vincent Van Snow.
Yeah, like before Barry hops into that black hole, he's like, oh yeah, I've been saving this song since day 1.
Oh, heck yeah.
And then today's, like you said,
he's on his game this season.
Sebastian says, guys, when the Flash vanished in Crisis, I think he runs so fast that he turns into the lightning that gave him his powers. Yeah.
I think that would be a cool way to finish off the Flash episode of Crisis, if that does end up happening.
But, well, yeah, the Flash 65, we didn't get to see but I think that was the point, was like he can't get there to the future. He could see that it was going to happen, that he saw just enough to see that, yes, it was the truth, that he has to die for it to happen.
And he's even saying they're all living on borrowed time.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And so that's why I really think that the Flash episode of Crisis, which is the last episode before they go on hiatus and come back for the holiday, I think it's going to leave it that we think he dies.
Yeah.
That we think that he makes us act. You know what I do like? I do like so far that every episode so far. I mean, it's only 2 episodes, but I like the fact that both episodes are lead ups to Crisis.
Yeah.
Right. That they keep talking about Crisis. That it's not just going to be hey, we're going to go about the regular season, and then 1 episode before Crisis, oh, something happened, right? That's when the Monitor shows up.
There's something I can think of that the CW could do to mess with all of us is maybe around Crisis or after Crisis, they go, oh yeah, by the way, we casted Ginger Wally West. That'd be a way to mess with everybody, and then end up finding out that he comes back and that Ginger Wally West is Kid Flash. And he somehow shows up now after Crisis, and they could always write it.
Well, that's going to be the thing. Is once Crisis is done and all of the multiverse collapses. See, that's my thing. So that's my only concern about Crisis.
Yeah.
Is because they're involving so many things. Does that mean that all those things are going away now? Right? Is that's basically them saying, which can be a fitting end to all those things, all those shows that came beforehand. But hey. And I guess we'll talk about Crisis here in just a second. So that's my thoughts about the show. I loved the scene where, like I said, where he runs in and until he can't run anymore.
The Caitlyn thing was cool. The side story.
I'm loving Dibney's confidence this season too.
Yeah, the side story with what's her name wanting to become a defense attorney. Yeah, okay, makes
What
sense.
about Allegra?
Allegra? Yeah, I mean Allegra's fine. It'll be interesting to see where they're going with her. That
Yeah.
she's going to be working there.
If she's one of those characters that shows up for a few episodes, or if she becomes like a series regular, or shows up.
Jordan says, "What a crisis for Barry."
I know, right? So I mean, it was a good episode. Tiffany, what would you give this episode 1 through 10?
I'd probably give it 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isaac, what do you give it?
Either 7.5 or an 8.
So I give the overall episode an 8.
Yeah.
I give the scene where he disappears in the crisis.
That's what keeps it an 8.5 for me.
That gets an off the scale. That's just awesome. That's just phenomenal.
It seems like they're finding one kick butt thing per episode so far.
So let's talk about what's come out in Crisis this week. So we got all kinds of fun stuff that has been revealed that is going to be in Crisis. They revealed a picture there of Michael Keaton, that Michael Keaton's Batman is going to be referenced, his Bruce Wayne is going to be referenced, marrying Selena Kyle, which, if you watch the Birds of Prey TV show, Tiff, you remember when we watched the Birds of Prey TV show, basically the costumes and everything that they use is pretty much the 1989 Batman look and everything. And Huntress, which is the daughter of Catwoman and Batman, has also been confirmed for Crisis. So
I have to answer something Sebastian just put.
Oh, okay.
Sebastian put, but what I don't get is that Oliver sacrificed himself so that Barry and Kara could survive, so why does Barry still die? That's what's going to go on in Crisis.
Yes.
So he doesn't know that yet. So leading up to Crisis, Barry still thinks he has to be the sacrifice, not knowing that when they were back there and Oliver made that sacrifice himself so that those two could live, obviously to go into the storyline for the last season to have a fitting ending for
And
Oliver.
the Monitor's not revealing that information.
No.
And we
Because
don't
he
even know that Oliver's going to die, to be quite honest with you. I mean, we don't. That's the feeling, is that Oliver's going to die and that he's going to make that sacrifice. But we don't
Because we know his show is ending.
Yeah, we just know his show is ending. But the show's going to have 2 episodes even after Crisis, so who knows?
But as of right now, leading up to Crisis, Barry still thinks he has to be the ultimate sacrifice.
I mean, and remember, in the original Crisis on Infinite Earths comic book, Kara died as well.
Yeah.
So.
Flash 65 says, "Isn't the Titans going to be in Crisis?"
So that was another. So we got Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne is going to be mentioned.
Here, Jordan. He says you should have called this, or should have made a news series called Crisis Hour with all this news info dropping.
We should. So.
Did you see the Sonic stuff too?
No, I didn't see this. Oh, it's new Sonic.
Jeff says, because of Crisis, I obligated myself into watching all DC TV shows.
There you go. So here's the thing: the Titans thing. Now, Tiff, did you hear about this? Did you guys hear about the Titans thing?
I saw a little bit about it.
So there's talk that there has been a scene filmed with the Titans from
Our Titans?
Yeah, from the DC universe that they are in. Now nobody's actually seen that scene, but it's supposed to take place in Titans Tower at night, and supposedly we don't know who is involved yet. We don't know if it's Dick Grayson. We don't know anything. There's no pictures. There's nothing like that. But they've said that Titans is supposed to be involved, which would be interesting though, because if the whole thing collapses and all the multiverse goes away, how do they continue the show? I don't understand that, but what's that?
There's one theory. So I didn't read most of it, but I read part of it, and a group of fans think that if Oliver doesn't die, that he'll become the Spectre.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be okay
remember
with
his
that.
name.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. So there's that. So yes, the Titans are a possibility. It hasn't been confirmed. But the Bruce Wayne thing, he does appear in a newspaper. He is going to be.
Jeff said the actor who played Robin from 1960s will appear in Crisis.
That's Burt Ward, and we've known that Burt Ward is going to be in it, but we actually have a picture of him now wearing a really horrible sweater. Oh my gosh! I mean, I understand it's the Robin colors because it's red and yellow and black, but it is awful. It is the most hideous looking thing ever. It is bad, but you know, I digress. But yeah.
Sebastian said Arrow ended
There we
2
go.
months later. Stephen Amell has been spotted in SpongeBob. Jeff says it's a Christmas sweater, I think. LOL.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I mean that's what it looks like. So, but you didn't see the picture of I don't know if it's on this or not. Hold on, so let me see if I got it here. May have saved this one.
It's funny the way we're sitting here, like surrounded by 2 flashes, and then you got all of our Detroit love in one.
But because it's Tuesday.
Splash Tuesday.
So there, Tiffany, have you seen the picture of?
Oh yeah, that's the.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. He
So-
looks like he's in a Jamaican bobsled.
I don't, tell me, is it on the screen there?
Ish.
Oh, okay. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's awful. It's really bad. There it is. It's kind of weird because when I did that, we all went crisis-y, like in the background. You know, it was kind of strange. We all turned like orangey. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. I'm trying to look for.
Sebastian said that sweater ugly.
Sweater is ugly.
Jeff says the monitor is on Arrow right now.
Clark Kent.
Big
Oh, I've
Tasty
seen that
says I
one.
want
I
one.
thought you meant like Tom Welling with the.
Big
with
Tasty
that.
says I want one.
Oh, have you seen that one?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Clark Kent,
No.
editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet.
Nice.
I'm sure a lot of you have seen this one. So I'm sure a lot of you saw
Jordan
that.
says, "Get that demon out of my face."
What?
About Part War.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty hideous. But so we're continuing to get new information. Oh, and on Batwoman apparently, and we haven't seen episode 2 yet.
If we get off here, we can watch it
Yeah,
together.
but apparently episode 2 of Batwoman, they verified that Wonder Woman exists in the world and that Robin exists in that world as well. So that's a good question. Like, where is Robin? Is it Dick Grayson Robin? Is Dick Grayson Nightwing? What's going on in that world? I'm not really sure. What?
Sebastian.
What's Sebastian say?
He's going to possess me. He's like, oh, hell no.
That's what I was thinking of.
What?
So the other thing that's going on, Joker is continuing. Joker is
kicking all kinds of butt.
Joker has gone over $500 million now at the box office in a week. In a week, that's insane. I mean, the fact that this Joker movie, I don't know. It's only a weekend. Who knows if it has the sustainability to do $1 billion? But hey, it's a DC movie, so of course I'm rooting for it. Yeah, I'm gonna root for it all day.
Did you see that
What's up, Thomas
picture
Dang?
that someone made saying all the firsts that DC did?
All the first?
Yeah.
DC first big budget superhero movie with Superman the movie. DC introduced Superhero $1 Billion Club with The Dark Knight. Introduced the first superheroes face off with Batman vs Superman, and first underwater superhero film, yes, with Aquaman. First female-led superhero movie.
Yep.
With Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So let's see what else is going on in DC. So the other thing that's going on in DC.
Jordan says Joker had got a swimming pool full of moolah.
Okay, so here's some stuff that's going on with DC that's kind of concerning, but not all at the same time.
Flash says theory, Joker's gonna be in crisis.
Have you seen the pictures from the Suicide Squad?
Some of them. I've seen the group
None
ones.
of them.
Yeah, I've seen that one and one more.
Okay, so stuff like this. Stuff like this.
I gotta go back.
I'm not saying that I'm scared, that I'm concerned about it. I'm not saying that. I trust James
Let me
Gunn.
see. I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of them? Okay.
No. Oh.
It's got Pete Davidson there. Let me turn my screen up here. You got Pete Davidson there.
Boomerang?
That's Boomerang. James Gunn's brother plays a
Pete
motion.
Davidson playing?
Don't know. We don't know who anybody's playing. I can't remember.
Playing Pete Davidson.
He's playing Pete Davidson.
He
No,
said he doesn't have to know.
somebody said a name that they thought he was, but I can't remember who it is. but like you look at like costumes like this, and that's a little concerning.
Sky says Ben Affleck Batman is rumored to make an appearance.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
But there's a lot going on here. See, Tiff, there's a lot. That's Nathan Fillion. Is playing. I think they call him. What do they call him? One arm boy or arms ripped off boy or something like that.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So
I can't remember most.
And I don't know who that is. This girl in this purple outfit, this alien girl. Lots of Pete Davidson, lots of this guy, Boomerang. Trying to see if there's anybody else here that's not in here.
They look a little bit like He-Man when you're looking at it with that quick.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that. I trust James Gunn. James Gunn said this week. This is an interesting quote. He is having more fun shooting the Suicide Squad than he has on any other film.
That's promising.
And that the Suicide Squad is more complex than any other film that he's ever done. I think a lot of these characters, if you've seen these pictures and they kind of look cheesy and everything, I think a lot of them are dying.
Yeah.
I think
the ones that end up living are gonna merge with the original Suicide Squad.
Well, so that's the thing about the Suicide Squad. It's not just one group. The Suicide Squad is
X-Men and Suicide Squad had a kid.
Yeah, but it kind of looks like cheesy, kind of like 90s superhero show kind of thing. But we haven't seen the final product, so we don't know what the final thing looks like. And I trust James Gunn.
Who's also to say that he's not messing with us?
Yeah, well, and here's the thing: Polka Dot Man is part of this, right?
Yeah.
So that's what the Suicide Squad
He's not
is.
being serial.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad is a bunch of random villains that are throwaway villains usually. I mean, the fact that in the first one we got major villains like Harley Quinn and Deadshot and Killer Croc.
I'm sorry, he didn't make it.
Killer Croc and Captain Boomerang, yeah. But I mean, like
Diablo.
El Diablo. I mean, those were still smaller characters, but they made them bigger and more serious. Yeah. But I mean, the fact that we got Harley Quinn and the Joker was involved and stuff like that. I mean, because that's what some people like. Some people don't get that about this movie. That movie was never meant to be a Joker movie. Joker just happened to make an appearance. I think it's one of the travesties still to this day. People can like harp on Jared Leto all they want, but Jared Leto never got a chance to really show yet. He's still contracted actually to play the Joker, so he still could. That was another thing that came out this week was Jared Leto is upset about the Joker movie.
Yeah.
Because he feels like he has not gotten his opportunity.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you know what? Okay, look, I get it. I get it, because if I was playing the Joker, if I had been the Joker and had done Suicide Squad, and I was promised that I was going to play the Joker in another movie and have a chance to really show that character and shine and develop something, and I never got that opportunity, and all of a sudden they started making another movie about another Joker without me in it, and he doesn't even make an appearance. He may or may not. It doesn't sound likely that he's going to make an appearance in the Birds of Prey movie. So that all being said, I'd be upset too. I'd be like, hey, what the heck? Especially with the fact that people pan on him so much because of his Joker. It's like he didn't make that choice to look like that.
We only got maybe like 15 minutes so far.
Oh, I mean, if that of the Joker. I mean, I think we got really like less than 10 minutes of actual screen time.
Steve said Jared Leto needs to go on a Freddie Prinze rant.
There you go. But like I understand Jared Leto being upset about that, because I'd be upset too on a personal basis. Mm-hmm. Because he never had the chance to really show what he could do with a proper Joker movie, which I would still like to see.
Oh, heck yeah.
I know I get made fun of it all the time. I got a Facebook group that I'm a part of, a private Facebook group that's a bunch of friends and stuff, and we're talking, and so we do these fun like brackets and stuff like that. And so one that we're doing right now is like favorite villains or whatever. And
because of Halloween we're doing scary movies.
But somebody posted one in this group that I'm in, these friends of mine, and it was favorite Joker. And they had every Joker but Jared Leto. And I said, now wait a second. One of my favorite Jokers is Jared Leto. Mm-hmm. And they thought, like,
they literally thought that I was joking. Like they were literally not, like everybody started laughing at my post and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not kidding. I liked Jared Leto's portrayal. I mean, the stuff that we got to see in that movie, in Suicide Squad, people can pan on it all they want. You actually got to see the creation of Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see Ace Chemicals, the vat of chemicals that the Joker fell in. You got to see, there's just so much stuff there. I mean,
I also love his look.
Me too. I mean,
yeah. To me, it feels like if Joker were like real, like right now, he'd look more like that.
And it showed his crazy side, like that. I've been in Arkham. I've seen some things. He had that kind of creepy, crazy Arkham kind of vibe, and that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But
Sky said Drake Bell's Dragonfly will be in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
That'd be interesting. What you got?
Oh yeah. So
the Pariah picture. Yes, that's the other thing.
Well, yeah, it was also Pariah, but also people are like, wait, who's that in the back?
The director?
No.
Oh.
Who is that?
People found out who it is.
Who is it?
He's gonna be playing Ryan Choi after Crisis.
Ryan Choi. Oh, that's
the other Adam.
The other Adam, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that makes the shrinking technology.
So we got that. The group picture.
Yeah. And in the comics, he was the one that made the shrinking technology for the Flash ring.
Yep. So we got the group picture of everybody in there. Pariah, which is being played by Tom Cavanaugh, which is pretty cool. You know what I think is really amazing actually through all this stuff. I think it's interesting to see and actually understand how much bigger Brandon Routh is than everybody else. Brandon Routh and Tom Welling are both very tall.
Yeah.
But Tom Welling is even taller than Brandon Routh. And just looking at these new pictures, because we just saw Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh is not that buff, first of all, in real life.
Over the summer.
Yeah, but that's a muscle suit, though. It's a better muscle suit than what was in
No, we see him shirtless on Legends.
Superman Returns. It's a better muscle suit than what's in that. But I will say this even, like, he's a big dude compared to these other guys. Like, it makes me wonder, like, how small Tyler Hoechlin really is.
Yeah,
because
he's back there.
He's back there.
Yeah.
But
there's even that picture here. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, Tyler Hoechlin.
That one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because
all three of them are standing. And Greg Gustin's also tall.
Yeah, you can see there that he is pretty much. You can see how much bigger he is. So I don't know, man. It's No, you're right, Steve. It was like seeing kind of a gang member in LA. I mean, that was kind of
Yeah, then there's that Pariah picture of just him.
Yeah. Okay, so he looks cooler as Pariah.
Yeah.
Than Pariah actually looks as Pariah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of see here.
I don't think it's in the picture at all now.
I'm trying to get it lined up here, guys, for you. I'm trying to look at a bunch of different stuff.
I'm also wondering if they're going to follow his story close to the comics.
I don't know.
Because some people blame him for Crisis.
Yeah.
In the comics. Yeah, that's the...
That's the new picture?
Yeah, that was posted this morning by CW and...
Is that Batman or Batwoman?
It doesn't have the open top, so people are guessing Batman. Since the cowl is covered back here.
Interesting. So that's the newest picture that's come up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's happened yet on the episode.
As you can see there. So. Yeah, so I mean, lots of new information coming out, for sure, and we just know the crisis just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I saw some people complaining this week, saying, talking about crisis. They're like, oh, I don't want to just see these little cameos or whatever. It's like I want to see all the cameos. I want all the cameos, man. I want it all. I don't care if it's just a little cameo. I like the fact, hey, if you can't get Michael Keaton, get a picture of Michael Keaton.
Like that newspaper.
Put it on a newspaper in the back. That's awesome enough for me. Man, it's like everybody doesn't have to appear. Somebody said something about, I can't remember what character it was, but they were like saying, like, if they didn't see this character doing something, like, in person, like, having a big part, like, the story that they were going to riot or whatever. Like, come on, guys. It's like, this, and that's what I mentioned to him. I said, just enjoy stuff. Just enjoy the fact that this is Crisis on Infinite Earths. Every character is not necessarily going to play some huge role. It just is. That's just what it is. But
some of them may be like Stewie going, Mama, Ma, hi, and then running away.
But the thing is every little bit that we see will just make that world so much bigger, right? And expand it just a little bit more. And that's what I love
Big Tasty
about
was
this.
born in San Dimas. Is that like where Bill and Ted?
San Dimas. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. That's great. That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. So that's kind of what's going on in nerd news. We have a new trailer for Star Wars Episode 9 to look forward to this coming Monday during Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah. I gotta show you what Star Wars tweeted earlier. It's so funny.
So far, we haven't lost any subscribers due to my rant yesterday. At least that I know of. Star Wars tweeted, Jedi, our next challenge, getting Nerf herder into at Merriam-Webster. Oh, nice. They want to get Nerf herder into the Webster's dictionary. It should be.
Scruffy looking Nerf herder.
Well, scruffy looking are two words that are already in there. They got to get Nerf herder in there.
Yeah, because they have Jedi and Padawan in the Oxford English Dictionary.
Hashtag Nerf herder.
What's a Nerf herder? That's when you get all your buddies together and you have Nerf wars. You're a Nerf herder. All right, guys. Well, that seems to be the news for this week. I can't think of anything really else that's that major that's happened.
I can't really think either.
Oh, that's right. Freddie Prinze Jr. We already did a video about it. But
Jordan also says he's got a trailer for Scooby-Doo 2, Waters of Atlantis.
So I didn't watch it actually, but I saw it and I like tagged it so that I could go back and watch it, so that we can actually watch it together. So we're on it, man. We're definitely on it. So yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. man, he made his views very clear this week, and I don't think we really have to. Somebody said something about us doing a live. I think it was it you, Big Tasty, who said something about us doing a live thing about that to get everybody's opinions about it. I mean, I gave my opinion obviously in the video that we did. You know what? I stand by my rant. I understand that there are people who don't like The Last Jedi. I get it. But the hatred and the waste of time, it seems like it is. And actually, me and Russ had a really good conversation today. We've had kind of an ongoing back and forth because Russ doesn't like The Last Jedi, and that's fine because we welcome everybody here. So nobody's alienated, because of that here at the Point Extra Lounge. That's not what it is. But and I get it, being frustrated with something and wanting, and thinking, well, if we boycott this thing, it'll force them to give us what we want. First of all, personally, I don't ever want to force anybody into giving me what I think I want. Because a lot of times what we think we want ends up being not what we want at all. And my thing is that I think it's ridiculous to boycott something when you've only seen 2 out of the 3 movies in a trilogy. And you don't know how it's going to end. You have no clue. And you're already trying to boycott it and act like everything. And I guess that's my other thing too, is that this acting like everything that is connected with Star Wars all of a sudden is just bad, and something to be mocked and denigrated, and it's like they come up with Galaxy's Edge, and these people, you know, these channels like Geeks and Gamers and other channels have gone there, and all they do is complain about everything. Everything, you know, I mean, literally everything. Everything's too small. Like the one girl, Star Wars girl, supposedly she loves Star Wars so much, but yet she goes there and then she just like, that's all she does. Like she has like an hour-long video of her in Galaxy's Edge doing nothing but complaining. Like every little thing she sees, she complains about. And you know what, Tiffany, you've been to Disney World. Do they sell things at Disney World?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's how they make the money.
Right. Okay. So like, it wouldn't really surprise you.
Like
It wouldn't really surprise you if a Disney World exhibit of Star Wars stuff would have just basically a ton of shops for you to buy stuff. Okay. And the thing is they still got to add to it. They're still adding to it. They're adding new rides. They're adding new things to it. So you know what? Yeah, it's a place for you to spend money on Star Wars stuff. That's what
you get to make your own lightsaber.
So I'm just saying, I don't understand why everybody wants to complain about it so bad. This whole notion of they're trying to get rid of all the original trilogy stuff and everything, that's just not true. I mean, the stuff is still there. People are nitpicking, I think, and picking out bits and parts. It's called proof texting. Proof texting, you know, I'm assuming you guys know what proof texting means, but if you don't know what proof texting is when you take little bits and parts of something and you use that as circumstantial evidence to prove your point. It's just like Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy went into a Walmart less than a month before Triple Force Friday, and he didn't find a Star Wars section, but yet he found a big section for Fortnite. Well, Fortnite is huge, first of all, right now. Obviously, with the thing that happened yesterday, all the figures and stuff like that are really huge. Everybody wants them. All the kids want them, you know, and everything. So that's one thing. So yes, they're going to have a huge section of that. But here's the thing. Do you know why they didn't have a Star Wars section? It's because you do?
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you enlighten us? Why don't you tell us, and then we'll talk about it in the class.
Well, it was because when you have something like Triple Force Friday, what do? You try to be anticlimactic. You're trying to build up the rapport of, oh, these toys are coming out, so you're going to have a section, if you do, and you're going to have it empty until it happens so that you keep waiting and waiting. And, oh, now they filled it up because today is Triple Force Friday.
It's kind of the same thing that happened right before Avengers Endgame came out. Mm-hmm. There was a huge empty section in all the Walmarts and Meijer stores and everything that said coming soon. Yep, all the old Avengers stuff got put on clearance in a different place, and that's exactly what they did with Star Wars. But Jeremy walked through a Walmart claiming and being just smart aleck about it, and that's the problem that I have with it. If you don't like something, you just say, look, I didn't like this, right? If I don't like something in Star Wars, I didn't like Resistance. I'm sorry, I couldn't get into it. I loved Rebels. I could not get into Resistance at all. I did not buy one single toy. Well, I take that back. I bought one toy for Resistance, and that was the gold Stormtrooper. I think it was Commander Pyre or something like that. Just because he's a gold Stormtrooper, and I thought that was pretty cool. But you know what? I didn't watch that show. I mean, I watched a couple of them, and I just could not get into it.
Big Tasty said something I want to...
Okay, so I watched a couple of episodes of that show, could not get into it, and I didn't like it. And you know what? So I didn't watch it, right? I didn't try to boycott all of Star Wars or all of Disney and act like something should have been for me that wasn't for me.
It just wasn't your cup of blue milk.
Yeah, because I know that there will be more Star Wars that will be for me that I will like. That I don't have to like everything that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So if you're going to complain about everything, then you know what? People are going to start getting frustrated with you, and then they're not going to listen to you, and Disney's not going to listen to you anyways. Right? Here's the thing. If you whine and complain and you act like you're going to try to boycott them and everything, they're not going to listen to you. You're not going to be able to bully a company like Disney into doing what you think they... And so every time Jeremy, you know, on Geeks and Gamers or one of these other channels get on there and say, oh, we're winning the war. You're not winning anything because that's not going to change anything. They're going to try... You know what? Yeah. Are they going to try to change things to try to appease you? Yeah, a little bit. But you know what? If all you do is crap on everything that they do, they're not going to try anymore.
It was like what I was thinking. It was like Endgame isn't your favorite movie, but but you're not boycotting it because of that.
No, I went and saw it twice.
Yeah.
I went and saw it once by myself. I hated Endgame.
Yeah, and you're not boycotting Marvel because of that.
Nope, I absolutely hated Endgame. I was ticked off at the movie. I was so mad at the movie the first time I saw it. I went back and saw it again. Still didn't like it. But I don't even want to say I understood it more. It's just there.
Exactly, Jeff.
It's just there. But the thing is does that mean I'm never going to see another Marvel movie again? No. Because there will be other Marvel movies that I do like. I went and saw Spider-Man Far From Home, and I enjoyed Spider-Man Far From Home.
I still have to see that.
I enjoyed it. So guess what?
Okay, so Big Tasty said, I think that talking about Freddie Prinze Jr., I think he was pretty right on as well. The only thing I don't agree with him saying is Star Wars is for kids. It transcends that and reached all ages, in my opinion.
So I will agree with you with that.
And he has other stuff.
I will definitely agree with you with that. But what I think Freddie was trying to get the point across is, because I could pull it up for you right now, and I actually have shared this link with other people, but the thing is, George Lucas himself has said that one of the reasons why he got frustrated with fans, and there's a video of it on YouTube, and I've been posting it on social media and different places. People I've had this conversation with this week. George Lucas himself said, "Look, it's for kids." He comes right out and says the fans. He says there's a segment of the fans that want it to be all hard and dark like Terminator and everything. He says those words exactly. He says, but that is not what this is. He says that's why they hate Jar Jar Binks. That's why they hated R2 and C-3PO when I first put them out, because they hated them. It was comic relief, because the fans don't want comic relief and they don't want sidekicks. They just hate that. They want it to all be the super, uber cool stuff. And he says that's not what my story is. But people want it to be something else. Now, I agree with you. I'm 43 years old, and I still love Star Wars. So for me, it's still me, but I'm a big kid, too. So you can look at that in a couple of different ways. Is it for a 43-year-old man, or really, is it for a 43-year-old man who still likes stuff that's for a kid? So you can look at it a couple of different ways.
Big Tasty also said a couple things. He said the guy from Geeks and Gamers has to be the angriest person I've ever seen in my life.
Miserable.
He finds the negative in everything and complains.
I've seen this week his own subscribers have started turning against him. I looked through one of his comment sections this week, and he did a car video about something and was just like harping on something else, and it was something that everybody really wasn't that mad about, and they were like, dude, like you're kind of like taking this thing too far now. Like everything is not miserable.
Okay, so Jordan said, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing happened with a YouTuber I used to watch called Verlicify. And pretty much he did different things on different games, and pretty much he got to the point where he started complaining about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And since then his subscribers went down, and even the people that are still subscribed are like, come on, you don't need to be negative about everything. This is like,
but see,
it's supposed to be fun.
With Jeremy, I think it's his shtick. Like he just got his was it the silver button or whatever for going over 100,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah,
so he just
goes silver then.
Yeah, so he just got his silver button, whatever, play button for going over 1,000 subscribers and stuff, and so he was showing that off, and that's great. Hey, if you can go over 100,000 subscribers, that's awesome, man. I hope to God that one day we get to that point, right? And I'm grateful for everyone who tunes in. But the thing is like, so he was showing that off, but he was like, the way that he got there was complaining about Star Wars, and was by forming this group of people who did nothing but complain about Star Wars. And since everybody was so frustrated about Star Wars, what are they going to watch? They're going to watch the guy who's complaining about Star Wars and finding new ways to get them angry. Because when you're angry about something, what do you want? You flock to somebody who feels like you.
Yeah, it was the same idea.
Right?
The same
like,
feeling.
if I don't like somebody and I really don't like them, you know what? I don't want to come home and talk to Tiff and Tiff be like, well, really, they're not that bad. You should really give them a chance. No, I want my wife to sit there and go, yeah, I hate them too. They're scumbags. They're awful. They're horrible. You shouldn't even be around them. I can't even believe that they're even around. That's what I want, because I want somebody to support what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying all these people flocked to channels like that, because that's what they want. But now the thing is like, at the heart of it, I think the fandom really loves Star Wars, and so now here comes The Mandalorian. I want to do one of those things where it shows the guy walking past the girl, and like he looks back at the girl and they always put like a new meme, you know, to it or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
I wanted it to be like he's like the guy's walking with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and the Mandalorian walks by, and like they're like, well, the Mandalorian's there. I might have to take another look at Star Wars again, right? And then, you know, episode 9 is going to come out, and if it's good and it gets good word of mouth, there'll be people who go see it. What else you got?
I don't know if I want to because there's a lot of things and it's.
Okay, well.
Jordan says neither did everyone else. Resistance is reportedly making season 2 its final season, which makes sense
done.
when the story it's taking place.
Yeah, it's absolutely done. They canceled it already.
Steve said what's worth complaining and picketing about is the fact that Chewie never got a medal.
He did get a medal. It's canon now that they gave him a medal. So he didn't get it at the end of episode 4, but he did get his medal. Yeah. He did get his medal.
Jeff Glatfelty said.
So feel good about that.
Crybaby Star Wars people make it hard for everybody else to enjoy it. Caleb, I agree with as well. He says Star Wars is for kids. I don't see a problem with that statement. I understand that they're kids' films, but that doesn't diminish the fact that I still like to watch them as an adult.
Exactly.
For kids at heart, Jeff said.
Yep. That's exactly what that's
Sebastian
exactly.
says you don't look 43, Enosh.
Well, thank you, Sebastian.
Jordan says we don't want to grow up. We are Toys R Us kids.
That's right. Oh.
And then
too
Jeff,
soon.
who spells his name Geoff,
Aw.
says I used to be a Toys R Us kid with the crying emoji. And Flash65 says, why do people have to hate on everything? If you like it, then you like it and watch it. If you're always complaining, then you are not a true fan. Also, Star Wars is for everyone of all ages. Jeff said he gained subscribers by spreading negativity. That's going to backfire someday one way or another. It's just a matter of time.
Yep.
Wicked Steve said, my late son was a passionate Star Wars fan till the last. He left this world in his Star Wars PJs, and my fiance still had her Star Wars necklace that I gave her. So it's for everyone. Thomas Dang said, I'm at the movie theater watching the new Jay and Silent Bob movie, is what Thomas is doing.
Awesome.
And then Caleb said, I hate to use the phrase true fan. If you like one part of Star Wars, you're a fan. If you like all of Star Wars, you're a fan.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. It's just it's hard to look at some people as fans if like because Russ and I were talking about this and Russ made a good point. He's like because Russ and I we were having a good discussion, right? And obviously Russ and I like each other and we're being respectful of each other and stuff. We're not putting each other down, but it's like. I was literally in a chat room, or not a chat room, but a thread on Facebook this week, and it was just people, like, everything was peaceful, nobody was arguing, nothing was going on, like, I wasn't arguing with anybody, it was before my rant, even, and all I said was like, I said, well, I like The Last Jedi. And this guy just comes on and tells me, well, Enosh, he doesn't know me, never met me, doesn't know who I am, just tagged me and said, you can eat a... And I was like...
That's not on my approved list of foods.
No, not since my surgery. No. It's like, wow. Really? Really? I can, just because I like The Last Jedi.
Apparently that's not your diet.
And that's the kind
Protein.
of... Protein.
Sorry.
I'm just saying that's the kind of stuff right there that turns me off of that whole thing because Russ and I can have a conversation, be respectful of each other, and I can understand that Russ didn't like The Last Jedi, and I can understand some of his complaints even. But he's not obsessed with that.
Bringing you down.
Yeah, and the thing is like we don't have to be obsessed with bringing each other down, and this idea of like we're going to destroy Star Wars, we're going to bring it down, and we're going to revel in everything that is negative that happens to Star Wars.
Hey, dark crazy pants.
Like why would you if you're a fan of something, why would you revel in things that
because if you're successful and that doesn't end up happening, then
your thing
you don't have it anymore.
Yeah, you're never gonna get your thing if it goes away. What if they put Star Wars in the Disney vault? I don't want to see that.
Caleb's made a good point. He says, I never gatekeep fandom. Story, character, etc. If you like to hate watching something, show your passion through critique, etc.
Yeah.
Have at it. just don't be surprised if I don't want to be around negativity.
Yeah.
Big Tasty said, well said, Caleb.
And that's the thing. And I've got a couple of friends who are very adamant about The Last Jedi, that they do not like it. And I've got some friends who didn't like The Last Jedi that I can still be around, and we get along just fine.
Cordial.
And I got a couple of friends that don't like The Last Jedi, who they feel like it is their personal aspirations to make sure that I know that they don't like The Last Jedi. Not only that they don't like it.
To besmirch the name of
Yes.
Star Wars.
Not only that they don't like it, but that they absolutely hate it, and how I'm wrong somehow because I like it. And I think that's the problem. Like, when we start trying to tell everybody what they can and can't like, that doesn't make any sense.
Like, kind of go back to Caleb's like thing about hate and using the term like true fan. Is like I feel like the same way as like I hate like using it and like saying it because it's like you can't really define that. It's like it's not who's liked it longer, who knows more. It's like it's not who loves it more. It's your love like for that thing.
Yeah, well, it's just like when Batman versus Superman came out, and I had a friend who would not even go see Batman versus Superman at all, not because of like that they said that they didn't think it was a good movie or anything. That they literally would not go see it because Batman used guns in it. And I said, well, I know, but that for some people is a big deal. And I said, look, I understand that, but here's the thing. Historically, Batman has used guns. And I know that this guy really liked the Michael Keaton 1989 Batman. I said, well, Batman had machine guns on the Batmobile. Oh, but Batman doesn't kill. I'm like, well, Michael Keaton's Batman killed a whole bunch of times. A bunch of people. Like when he threw that guy down the bell tower, like cracked his head into the bell.
He didn't just land on pillows down there.
No.
He probably had some insides come outside.
I mean, that dude put up a great fight, but he ended up, in Batman Returns.
Wasn't his number one guy.
And in Batman Returns, when that whole group of people from the Penguin were walking by, and the guy had a bomb, and where Batman had that bomb that he was trying to get rid of, and he literally puts it down that guy's pants and pushes him down a manhole or whatever, down a little construction hole, and he blows up. He didn't come back from that, like, you know, and like I said, Batman has machine guns on the Batmobile. So my thing to him was like, and when Batman was first invented, when he was first created, he literally carried a pistol.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, Alfred is currently pretty much the only person in the Bat family that Batman allows to have a gun.
Yeah, and that's fine. But the thing is that it's not always been that way. Yeah. And you gotta have some leeway to just see what story are they telling here. If Batman's fighting a bunch of guys and the guy's got a gun and Batman like gets out of the way of the gun and the gun is shooting other people or whatever, you know, like how far are you gonna take that? And so this guy literally got so angry at me. He was gonna like get rid of me as a friend. He didn't want me as a friend because I liked Batman versus Superman, and because I tried to have a because he was telling me how like I was wrong that I liked Batman versus Superman. And my point was he told me is I don't know as much as he does about Batman because he was like 6 years older than me. And I'm like, dude, all those comics are still like there. Like it's not.
He has 6 years more Batman knowledge.
Like that doesn't even make any sense because like when you're talking about that, you could still. It's not like I can't go back and read the comics that were there beforehand. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the comics that he's going off of, he wasn't even born for. So like you know, I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. It's the same thing with Star Wars. There can be a kid who's 20 years old, still watch all the movies, still watch everything that I've ever watched, and consume everything that I've ever consumed of Star Wars, and still be a true fan.
Caleb made a good point. He said, there it is. Wicked Steve said, I was told to eat a lightsaber because of what I thought of Last Jedi was interesting. Caleb says, I
wish mine was a lightsaber, less dangerous.
Caleb said, I've only ever left a movie theater once and not like the film I saw. Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. And it tore me up. I wanted to like it so bad, and I questioned whether I was a true fan of Harry Potter. But I realized just because I didn't like this one movie out of a whole world of content was fine.
Yep. No, you're so right. You're so right. And I agree with you, Caleb.
And then Ethan Clark says, is The Flash the only show you will watch live on your channel, or will you watch other shows in the future?
So here's the only problem with watching other shows, and that is the night that The Flash is on, really works for us.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part.
Because like Supergirl, you're not a fan of. I watch it, but Sunday nights we're busy.
So I liked
Titans.
Supergirl. I kind of stopped watching Supergirl, but the
This
Flash.
season is good though. These first 2 episodes, I love them.
I'm still wanting to.
Supergirl.
I'm still wanting to completely.
So I'm gonna catch up on that.
Gina is kicking all kinds of.
So I'm gonna
butt.
catch up on that.
This last episode had me going at the end. I was like, I can't wait till next week now.
Yeah. So it's just the Tuesday nights seem to work really well for us to do that. Thursday nights.
We used to have the Orville.
We used to have the Orville that we used to do, but right now is Legends coming back to Thursdays?
Not until January.
Yeah, say Crisis is technically the first episode of the season.
Okay.
But it comes back January of 2020.
Gotcha. So yeah, Sunday nights we can't always guarantee that we'll be back home in time to watch Supergirl. But you know what? If we are, we can. It's just a matter of being
And
able
we
to.
love Titans, but Fridays are wishy-washy too.
Well, and that's the thing is like we talked about Titans because we'd love to. I'd love to watch Titans. With
we should
everybody.
have when we saw the episode with Superboy and Krypton.
Can we talk about that? Have you guys watched Titans? Have you guys
I'm the only one that hasn't.
watched the Superboy episode?
He still has to. He's got to
Yeah,
watch
Dude.
Superboy. We've got to watch Batman, or Batwoman, Batgirl,
Dude.
Bat something.
Yeah.
As a Superman-
The only thing I know is the beginning of the episode. That's the only thing I know about that episode.
Is super cool.
Which I didn't think would happen.
Live action Crypto.
Oh my gosh! Even Wookiee was watching it.
Wookiee was watching
was
the
look-
show. Literally, Wookiee was like,
He was looking at it, and looking at it.
"How
like,
is a dog
how do
doing
I
that?
have Vision.
How in the world is it? Where did the dog get
I
get
can
heat
use
vision?
heat vision on those hot dogs I'm trying to steal.
How do you throw? That's a bazooka. How do you throw the weapon right back at the guy and explode him? Like the dog was.
Wookiee was intrigued.
Wookiee was definitely intrigued and
So when I
watching.
watch the episode, watch it with Wookiee.
Yes.
Yes,
You want it-
Wookiee will be happy.
Yes.
Wookiee will be
He'll be
sitting there
looking
going
at
like,
you going,
"Hey, here's
"What's
the good
this
part. Rough, good part. Rough."
I'll know by his tail, it'll start wiggling.
Hey, that's my buddy. If he would have been a
so-
white dog, he would have been named Crypto.
He would have. Crypto was one of the
Yeah.
names that we were thinking about. We ended up going with Wookiee. We thought about for a second going with Chewie, but we had other friends who had Chewies, and so we didn't want to do
We're
that.
leaders, not followers.
Yeah, and so so we had Wookiee. I thought Jedi for a minute,
Yeah, I remember
but
that
nobody
one.
seemed to like that one.
Yeah.
And
Come here, Jedi.
Come here, Jedi. And then we did Crypto and.
Honestly, Jedi, honestly, to me, sounds like a cat name.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah, to me
But
at
then we
least.
call him different names, just like we did our other dog. I call him Wookie Bear. I call him Boogaloo.
Yeah, I call him the Wookster. I also call him Wookmaster 3000.
You made a whole song for that.
I did. I made a whole song about Wookmaster
You'll have to
3000.
do another video. Of
I don't
that
even
song.
remember it. No, it was totally on the fly, but it was pretty awesome at the time.
Yeah, Wookiee got super excited. When
He did. Wookiee was like loving it.
That's why I have a picture that I should post on the Point Extra Lounge. It has a microphone and it says, "Those of you who are mad that people just don't randomly break out into musicals have obviously never been to my house."
This is true. This is so very true.
We take
So
songs
you have to get
of
that.
all kinds and turn them into something else.
What was the thing that I did for Landon that one time that I made up a whole song that like Landon just still to this day. It was something so funny.
Honestly, I can't remember right
It was
now.
so fun. We'll have to ask
Those
Landon.
random,
Yeah. Don't
random
remember it if you
life
say something.
karaoke, we should be like another thing that you should just throw up there.
There you go. There you go.
People can add their own little sentences afterwards.
Absolutely. Well, hey guys.
Oh, Caleb has a comment for you before.
Oh.
Hey Nash, Dark Horse Comics is publishing a series of Orville comics. Yes, it takes place between season 1 and 2, and they're awesome. I highly recommend picking them up off
Yes,
Amazon.
Jeff, that looks awesome. It's the one character that Isaac got on Triple Force Friday.
So I have seen those
Oh,
comics.
yeah.
I've not read
Yeah,
them.
okay.
I've not read them yet, but I have seen them. So thank you. That means a lot because now that I know that you say that they're good, we could do a comic book reading.
Well, you sit there when you're cutting up fruit and stuff and listen to somebody read the
Comic
comics
story.
to you. Why don't you read it to the fine people on Point Extra Lounge? You do voiceover stuff. You do
I
all
feel like I'm
different kinds of
copying
voices.
another channel though, but I don't know. We'll see.
You
Maybe.
might do it better.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Do different comments.
Trying to give you
what
ideas
did
for
Jeff
the
say?
channel.
What did Jeff say?
Can't wait to play
Is it
Jedi Fallen Order.
Is it Joffrey?
He said can't wait to play
Jedi Fallen Order, yeah.
Which is a new game.
So yes, so there is a Flaming Hot Cheeto movie coming out.
Are you freaking kidding
I
me?
am not kidding you.
What? Brought to you by the is their sponsor Pepto?
But yet they still haven't made the M&M's movie.
They're making a Funko Pops movie.
Now see, I would watch that because I am a huge collector of Pops.
I like Pops too. How do you do a movie about Pops?
Very carefully.
Very careful. They got the what are the little people?
Duplo?
No, not Duplo. Duplo's building blocks.
The little people?
The Playmobil people. There's a Playmobil movie coming out. Yeah, they're making a movie of everything.
I am trying to find a Robin from Stranger Things pop, if anybody out there sees them. Just saying.
What one?
Robin from Stranger Things.
Robin from Stranger Things, or any vintage Boba Fett action figures. If you got them and you'd like to send them onto the lounge and get a shout out, we'll take them. There you go. Yeah, no, Flamin' Hot Cheetos the movie.
Preparation H the movie. You'll love the end.
Yeah, but is the application right?
But then the song would have to be for the whole movie would be "The Burning Ring of Fire" by Johnny Cash. Sorry, you can write it.
As long as the application's right. Thank you. I had to say that joke twice. Nobody heard it the first time. Dang it. I just can't put my finger on it.
Jordan says apparently he was a janitor who worked at the Cheetos factory and took some of the chips, threw some chili peppers into them, and pitched the idea to the company and became a millionaire.
Yes. Yeah.
He's currently the president at Pepsi.
Yep. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That's an insane story, but it's the story of Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yay! Steve said, "I got you, Tiff. Pops, I got him. Go hunting tomorrow."
Nice. There you go.
Pitch me Dr. Pepper the movie, Jordan said.
Pitch you Dr. Pepper the movie. Okay.
Steve said, "Just don't put your finger in it, Enosh."
Yeah, exactly.
In a world where doctors have gone away, one man rises to the top.
Well, you know, I found these 23 different flavors.
23 different flavors.
And I just kind of combined them together, and the rest was history.
The rest was history. Not quite Coke. Not quite root beer. Dr. Pepper.
Tasty said
the
LMAO.
movie.
There you go. Dr. Pepper the movie.
Actually, Conquest said, LOL, that would be a great film.
Look at Steve said, "Great Scott."
Yeah.
Great Scott! That's awesome.
Dr. Pepper, the movie.
Well, I just figure if people want something different, I gotta give it to them. And that's all I'm trying to do.
Dr. Pepper's just as good.
Diet Dr. Pepper. That's the sequel. That's the sequel. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Jordan says that
Starring-
would be an Poindexter Lounge exclusive skit.
There you go.
Starring Ginger Ale.
What, a chick?
Yep.
Ginger?
Yep.
Ale was her last name?
Ginger Ale. Yep. All right. All right, guys. Well, hey.
Pepsi Man movie.
Well, hey, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tonight was fun. We always have a good time with you guys. We always appreciate you guys joining us here for our live streams. Hopefully, we'll come back on Thursday with another live stream for something, and we'll talk about.
Look at Steve says I'm reading a script for a movie called Lightning G-String. Hope I get it.
Hold on. You hope you get the part, or you hope you get the lightning G-string? It's electrifying. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you here in the Poindexter Lounge. Love you guys. Good night.
Jordan says, "Heck, let's make a Wild West movie on Mountain Dew." And Big Tasty said both. LOL.
Lucas Steve said both.